But I just want to say that when it comes to your growth, it's important to be truthful, especially to yourself, because you can fool everyone, you can perform for everyone, but at the end of the day, you're the person you come back to. You get? Hey, go, hey, welcome back to season 2 of Me versus Me with your host, Nocebo Mkize. Of course, thank you so much to my returning listeners. It means the world to me that I can share my experiences with you. You are the real MVPs, and if you're newbie passing by, welcome. I hope you're here to stay too, because we'll be discussing all things mental health, self improvement, and finding strength through faith. Don't forget to download and share and subscribe and like and also follow the show. Welcome back. I'm not even in South Africa. I'm in South Korea, new country, new city, new hemisphere, honey. New everything, new job, new apartment, and I could not be happier. That's why I took so long to come back because I was still settling. And I think end of season 1, I said something along the lines of, when I come back, I'm gonna be in a new season and new things. Because at the back of my mind, I don't know, I had hoped that something big was going to change because I had mentioned in one of the last few episodes that I had a dream. I don't know if it was me or God, but someone was opening a new door and it was like a key. And I'm like, oh my, new opportunities are coming my way, you know? And at that point, when I filmed the end of season 1, I was processing my documents to apply to work overseas. Nothing was confirmed because I had already previously done that step. So this was me taking another leap of faith after being disappointed. I think it was back in 2023. I applied, didn't get any responses. So now, this time around, I just walked in with so much faith, with so much hope, and I'm like, it's gonna happen, you know? And yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all how it all happened, but I just want to talk about what my intentions are for season 2. And I feel like season 1, I was the unemployed. It was my unemployed version, my hope, 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 faith, faith, faith season. And yes, hope, hope, faith, faith, because we're always praying for more. But I'm just saying that this time I'm actually living in an answered prayer. I'm living in it now. I'm not just, oh, when I get a job, oh God, when are you gonna come through for me? And now it's actually happening. So it feels surreal that this is my real life. Sometimes when I wake up in like my own place, in a different country, I'm just like, wow, like I can't believe this is me. I was crying to you guys the whole of last year and the whole of 2023. But now it's like I'm in a better place. I'm happier. Yeah, like I just like that. I'm saying like a lot. I just like that I can always go back to track my growth. And that's why I like season 1, and I like tracking everything, the good and the bad and the ugly. And if you haven't streamed season 1, I'm not saying stream it just because it's my podcast. I'm just saying that if you do enjoy this podcast and this episode, it makes more sense when you go back and listen to everything. I started back in 2023, but I was not doing videos. It was just the podcast, the audio. And I lost the podcast because I wasn't paying for the place that hosts it. Yes, because I was settling, I was moving into a new country. It was just a lot, but luckily I backed everything up and I re-uploaded it now. So the time frame won't be specific because it will all be like May 2025 and June 2025 because I recently re-uploaded it. But yeah, at least I still have it, and I'm really happy that I can film season 2 while having season 1, because it wouldn't make sense without it. But yeah, and living in an answered prayer, I feel like we expect it to be roses and this and that. And as grateful as you should always remain, you should also know that you'll encounter problems and not feel like, oh my gosh, why must I be living in an answered prayer now? You're still doing this to me, God. Especially when you're moving to a different country with their primary language is not English, where there's a different culture, where there's different people, and you're literally a black woman. So there are challenges that I will be discussing, and people really liked having guests on the show. The last few episodes of last season. So this season, I'll also be doing that with the people I meet and connect with. So I'm very excited for that. And yeah, just even though when you go through those challenges in the answered prayer, I think what I'm happy about is that this time I can go through challenges and afford McDonald's when I'm sad. Because before it's like when I'm sad, okay, I can't even buy McDonald's, and that just makes me even more sad, So there's always something to be grateful for. Because even when I bought a kettle the other day, I called my entire family. It's something so small, but it's something so big to me that I can buy that for myself, So yeah, I'm very excited for this season. But yeah, it was so crazy how fast everything happened. And I told most people when I was already in South Korea, and they're like, "What? You're lying. You were literally in South Africa the other day." And I tried to meet up with all of my friends without even telling them the reason. I was like, "No, no, I just want to see you guys." But most of them were busy. And the only reason why I was keeping it to myself was because I have gone through this process before and it didn't work out. And there's nothing worse than being excited about something and telling people and them being excited for you, and then it doesn't work out, and now you like have to go and explain to them, go to, oh yeah, you know that thing I talked about, it didn't actually work out. And no, it's really not nice. It's really not nice. So that's why this time I did things differently. I remember I started doing the documents in December, and I went to Pretoria on my own because it takes longer if you career it through Postnet, and they were about to close for the December holidays. And I was like, no, I'm just going to do everything really quickly. I don't know what motivated me to just do everything really quickly, but I think after my dream, I'm just like, it's going to happen. It's just going to have to happen. And okay, December, I was busy the whole of December. And then January, yeah, beginning of Jan, I was with my boyfriend. And then he was like, talking about how he knows someone who knows someone who's gone to South Korea. And I'm like, "Ugh, boy, bye." Like, I was just like, leave me alone. Like, okay, I heard you the first time, I was just not interested. I was like, I'll just do it myself. And then, like, he kept on asking and pestering me, and he was the one who went out of his way to go and ask this person. And he came back to me, he's like, okay, I found the recruiters, just send them the emails. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it when I get home. So I went home, like, I think Saturday or Sunday, I don't remember. Monday, the very next day though, I applied. I sent the emails to the recruiters, all of them. It was like 5 or 6. It wasn't a lot. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, now we wait, now we wait. And I'm telling you, by Thursday, I had already gotten the job. I really had the job by Thursday. And they were just like, okay, you need to be here end of February and all of that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so soon. Where am I going to get the money? What am I going to do? And it's like hard keeping a secret from everyone when they're sending you job applications. And they're like, oh, you should apply here. And you're like, okay, I will. When you know that you already have a job, but it's like, I don't want to speak too soon. Sorry. Okay. And yeah, it felt so surreal. It felt so quick. When things are meant for you, everything just starts working out so quickly. So then the end of February came, and I'm in Pretoria because I had to do my visa. And I told my other cousin and my uncle like 2 days before I had to leave for Pretoria, not the country. And then I was in Pretoria for like a whole week. And then I did my visa, blah, blah, blah. Then on Sunday, I remember I did not have money for the flights and I had to leave on Tuesday. And oh, gosh, I was crying the entire weekend. And then what happened? I'm so forgetful. Oh my goodness. Yes, 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 yes. I remember now. We went to church that evening, and I'm like, "Ugh, I don't want to even go to church. I'm not in the mood. Like, I'm so sad. I'm crying on the way to church even." So we get there. I enjoy the service. It's nice. It's cool. And they're like, "Oh, if you need prayer, you can stay behind." So then I go, and then I talk to one of the church leaders, and I burst into tears. How embarrassing! This is their first impression of me. And then she's like, no, like, do you believe that God made this for you? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, I forgot that I'm doing this on camera. Like, doing this on camera, guys, whenever I talk about emotional things, like, you can see my eyes get teary. So the joys of recording without the camera is that I can look however, but you'll understand. And then she was like, do you believe that God really made this for you? Like, this is for you. This is your opportunity. I'm like, yes, I really believe that. And yeah, and she's like, no, God will provide. And I'm always preaching, God will provide, God will provide. But when you're in the moment, when you're under pressure, the recruiter is like, when are you booking your flight ticket? The school is asking, because you book it and then they reimburse you. So I'm like, that pressure is getting worse. And Sunday night, I went to sleep and I'm like, yes, you know, God will provide. God will provide. And then, like, the very next morning, okay, everything just worked out. And you know, my support system just pulled through, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of them. And then I left on Tuesday, and it felt so scary, like I'm leaving the country, I'm leaving a life I've known my whole life, I'm leaving my friends, I'm leaving my family, I'm leaving everyone that I love behind, and just starting a new life randomly on a Tuesday. When someone was like, you really do finish varsity on a random Tuesday, that's how I felt. I really just left the country and started a new life on a random Tuesday. And oh my, it was a very scary decision, but it had to be done. The weapons are prospering. I'm so sorry my mic died. So I've been here for 4 months now and I'm settling in well. I'm making new friends. I'm getting out of my comfort zone and going out more, which is different for me because I prefer to stay in. Maybe it's because I was broke. Maybe I do like being outside. Who knows? But yeah, and it only hit me after 7 weeks of being here that I'm really like in a different continent, in a different hemisphere, all on my own. If I get sick, my mom is not going to be here to take care of me. I have to do it on my own. It was a scary, scary thought, and I had the hugest breakdown. But I realized that you can't expect different results doing the same things. You have to do something different. You have to move to a new city, a new country, a new everything to just restart. But even if you're in the same place, it starts in the things you do. If you're going to be doing the same things every day, you're going to get the same results. If you change your habits and everything, you're going to get different results. So I was just like, you know what, I have to grow. Yes, I'm just a 3 year old in the adult world. I'm just a teenager, like just a girl. But, I have to get out of my comfort zone and be out there. And yeah, but I'm just really grateful and in awe of my life. And the same person who was just always crying, the same person who was always like, God, when will it be me? And all of those things. But yeah, so it's really exciting. And my friends were happy for me. So many people in my family was happy for me. But with elevation comes separation. So there were obviously some people who were there in the bad times, but then in the good times, they start to distance themselves, or they just start acting funny, and it hurts when you really cared about those people. And yeah, but at the same time, when people don't benefit from you anymore, they just kind of are like, oh, you've changed, or you whatever, and all of that. Because I tried to maintain all my friendships as I was gone. The people that I value the most, yeah, let's just say that, not my acquaintances. My acquaintances, I do speak to them here and there, but I'm just talking about people that I'm really close to. But yeah, people really do like the version that benefited them. You being the people pleaser, you always being available. And now that I'm working, I won't be as available as I was before. And some people are just like, ugh, oh, you're so selfish. You've changed. It's like, obviously, I've changed. I'm trying to settle and make sure my mental health is like on check while I am moving to a different country with new cultures. And you know that when you're a black person, also when you're moving to a different country, you're going to be experiencing a bit of backlash. I won't say the R word, but it really hasn't been that bad. But I'm just saying you deal with a lot of things on a daily basis that are really hard. So people genuinely just like it when you give, 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 not when you're like waiting for them to support you, or you have to take time to pour back into your own cup. But yeah, friendships that were formed in your dysfunction will always crumble once you put yourself first. And that's what I realized, as much as it sucks. But yeah, and I was really just always scared of losing friends, and I would overperform. So now whenever I make a new friend and I'm trying to show up for you and this and go out of my way, I'm just like, I take a step back. Like, do I even like this person, or do I want to be accepted, and all of that? Because I don't know. I think I always go above and beyond when it comes to friends, and people can take advantage of that. So, yeah. But yeah, I met the friends that I have here on social media, because in my town there are South Africans, but I really haven't seen them. So I met them on social media, and it's been really, really fun. And I also met this other girl at the airport. She is studying in Cyprus. So we're in the same flight on the way to Doha, and she's very nice. So, shout out to her. But yeah, so it's really hard to make friends when people here don't really speak English. So you try to find people that you can relate to, people that are similar to you. And another thing that was really hard about moving is food. You know that when you move into a completely different culture, a completely different country, the food is going to be completely different. Different. completely different. And I don't know, like I'm not a weird person when it comes to people's cultures and food. So you can be like, okay, this is new to me, but I don't want to be judgmental. I'm in this country. I'm the one who came to their country, you know. But it was a little bit hard at the beginning, but I adjusted really quickly. But then I also realized that as much as I eat whatever, I'm a huge foodie. Like, give me, I will try. I'm very open to trying new things. Um, at the same time, I'm picky because if I go to a restaurant, I want to eat pizza or a burger or pasta, something I'm used to. So me closing myself off to better food, new food experiences. So I think it's highly important to be open to trying new food and trying new things because you don't want to stay in the familiar for too long, in your comfort zone for too long, because you'll get the same results as I was saying. But at the same time, I'm not just talking about food. If you are sticking to the same experiences and you're scared to make new friends, you're scared to do new things, you're just going to have the same old routine and you're going to wonder why I feel so stuck, I feel so depressed, I feel so bland, and all of those things. So that's why I'm saying that change is good. Moving to a new country is good. Trying new things is good. Having new friends is good, you know? So I don't want us to close ourselves off to old experiences and things that we are more familiar with, as comfortable as it is. But you really need to try something new, whether it's something new on the menu or having a new friend. And yeah, so also when you come from a country like South Africa, you wear whatever. We wear whatever in South Africa. You know, there's so many baddies like, you know, mini skirts, crop tops, all of those things. And coming here, they are very conservative, especially this town. So it's like kind of hard because I'm like, only at the top though. Like they don't really like wear booby tops. It's very weird when they see you wearing something that's showing boobs. So like when I first arrived, I was scared. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. I want to respect their culture. You know, at the bottom you can wear ripped jeans, a super short skirt. You can even show your butt cheeks. They don't care. You know. But then I met this girl. Well, yeah, on social media, my one new friend. And when I met her, she was wearing like a crop top, showing boobs. She didn't care. And I was like, okay, I like her confidence. And she gave me the confidence to wear whatever I want because come on now. As long as I'm not naked, I feel like it's my body. I'm not going to now try change who I am and change what I like, you know? So I don't want to sound like I'm being disrespectful to their culture, but it's like if I'm wearing it and I'm not naked, I'm not like now my boobs are hanging, you know? But if I want to show a little bit of chest, how, like, come on, guys, stop it, you know? So that really made me feel comfortable. It made me like feel so liberated. And it's like if people judge me, they will judge me. Because even the one time I wore super ripped jeans, even in South Africa, again, people would stare because they are so ripped, they are falling off the bone. When I wore them here, only a few people were like, ugh, especially like the old people. Everyone else did not care. They did not care. They were walking, going to their own place. And a lot of people here actually don't care. Like, they really don't care. Even if you trip and fall, they're not going to help you. They will stare at you and move. They just don't care. Because this one child fell off his bicycle. I rushed up to him and I'm like, are you okay? I'm so sorry. And they just, you know, continued with their way. Shame, he picked himself up and wiped his tears. I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm fine, and just walked off. I'm sure he was like, oh, black people, you know, but I was just trying to help and I felt so, so bad. But yeah, and another thing, because I have a few points that I want to go over. Another thing is I'm still learning to let go. I spoke about letting go in season 1, and I don't know, I don't want to put in by this time I need to know how to let go. I need to be confident. I need to stop being insecure. I need to be like this, like that. But I'm just saying that I'm still there where I'm trying to learn how to let go of the resentment and let go of things that are not serving me, you know, all of those things. And I was speaking to a friend and he was like, do you hold grudges? And I'm like, yeah. Why are you asking me? And it's like, if you hold grudges, it means you think people can't change, and it also means that you think you can't change. You know, we give so much grace to ourselves, like, I'm changed, accept the new me. But it's like when it comes to people, we like, no, a leopard never changes its spots, you know, all of that. So I'm not saying to welcome back people who have hurt you or anything like that, but it's just knowing that if you can change, another person can change. So just give them grace from afar. you know. But I want to like work on letting go this season some more. And yeah, because shedding is a part of the journey. It really is. You win some, you lose some. It's just really hard to accept when you lose people and things you thought would be in your life forever, things you prayed for, things you fought hard for, and all of that. But yeah, and I also felt like my growth last season, I wanted to be validated a lot for it. Like, look at me, I'm taking accountability. Look at me, I'm so kind. Look at me, I'm giving you grace, and all of those things. And I heard this sermon that said that if your growth needs validation, then it's not growth, it's a performance. You're like putting a performance up for people. And I did say last season that I'll talk about the challenges that I'm still going through, but it's like I just keep going through this over and over again. Like, why can't I just stop being insecure and just be confident overnight? But it's like I just wanted a star on my forehead for giving people grace, for growing, for not being as toxic as I was before, which is wrong. So, and performing for people and keeping up a performance, like, look at me, I'm so perfect now, is hard. It is very hard because it will drain you trying to be this person that you haven't fully transformed to. Yes, you might be that person in the future and you really are trying to, but I just want to say that when it comes to your growth, it's important to be truthful, especially to yourself, because you can fool everyone, you can perform for everyone, but at the end of the day, you're the person you come back to. You get? And even last season, I spoke about how it's important to validate yourself, because if you don't validate yourself, you will seek people to validate you all the time. I always see these tweets that people tweet and they're like, I always remind myself that I'm loved at home whenever I'm experiencing low quality experiences. So it's truly important to first validate yourself not before you seek others. You shouldn't seek what others think. Oh, because this one time I did this hairstyle actually on my TikTok for my TikTok, and I put it up on my status and I was like, are we feeling this new hairstyle, friends? And a lot of people were like, yeah, 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 we love it, we love it. And then like only a few people were like, no, I'm not feeling it and everything. And I was like, I feel some type of way just because a few people said that. But I was like, you know what? I like it. So I'm going to do it. And people on TikTok were like, oh, this is so nice. The hairstyle, though, all of that. And I think when you open up yourself to other people's opinions, you will get people who will say no, some will say yes. So if you want to do something, just do it because they're not wrong. It's their opinion. And if you ask for their opinion, they're not wrong that they said no. So now you're going to be down because you asked for people's opinions. So that's when I saw if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. And also the children that I teach, like there's this little girl, she really like always asks, do I look pretty? How do I look? And everything. And I know they're still little, they're still growing, and everything. But I'm just looking at the difference between the two girls. The other one is always seeking to be complimented and all of that. And she goes above and beyond for her friends to accept her. And it's so sad to watch. And then the other one, she literally doesn't like ask Gucci, oh, do I look good? She always comes to school looking confident. Like that little girl has so much confidence. I'm like, how do you do it? How do you do it? But it's like if you get validation at home as a child, yeah, when you're growing, obviously your family, your parents need to pour into you, and it shows the way you carry yourself when you're growing. So when you've grown, yeah, you need to do that for yourself. They are just children. But I'm just saying you can tell the difference between the one who's validated at home and the one who isn't, and who's growing with the confidence and who isn't. So yeah, it's really hard. Another thing I said I would work on in season one was being punctual and just being on time. I'm just obsessed with being, you know, I keep my time. I hold myself in a high manner. Like, look at me, prim and proper. But I genuinely hate people who make me wait, and then I'll be the one who's also late and make people wait, which is so hypocritical. And yeah, so now I'm trying to be really, really punctual all the time and be on time. Obviously, with work, it's easy because I'm getting paid for it. But it's like I respect my job. So I need to stop being early and be on time to show people that I respect them too. But I don't know. I feel like I'll be early And then I'll be on TikTok, I'll be on Twitter, I'll be chilling in bed and be like, okay, okay, I have an appointment at 3. I'm gonna see someone at 3. So I'm gonna wake up at this time and then I'm gonna do this at this time. And then I oversleep, I overstay in bed, then I get too tired, and then I end up being late, which is just so wrong. But yeah, like what I also realized whenever I was going to work when I'm late, I will literally be taking everything everywhere, like mbambela ngeke lana, and I forget things. You know, when you're doing everything quickly, and then you drop your keys, and you drop your bag, and then you drop this, you drop your phone. I realized it's so ironic. I realized that when I started to slow down when I'm late, time slows down. Like I will be like, okay, I need my bag, I need my lip gloss, I need my charger. And I'll go take it and put it in my bag, wear my shoes and go. But if I'm all over the place, I'm like, what do I need? Oh my gosh, why is this falling? Oh my gosh, where are my shoes? And I'm all over the place. So I think what I really like is when people are so sure about themselves that even if they speak, they will speak slowly, so you can hear them clearly because they also think before they speak. I know I said this in season 1, but I'm saying it again in season 2. I want to be like that. I feel like I'm just always like bada, 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 bada. And the children at school, they're like, Miss Knox, please slow down, slow down. Like we can't hear you, and it's understandable, Footy, because they don't speak English, so I need to like speak a bit slower. Not like Booty they stupid like, can you hear me? No, like just speaking slowly and being sure of what I'm saying. I should be doing that even right now, but I'm just like yeah, but genuinely, everything I just do is fast, fast, fast. Because even when I walk really fast. I feel so bad for my friends when I'm with them because they're like, okay, slow down, please. I'm so used to walking alone and just going where I'm going and coming back home. Like, I don't want no problems. I just walk. I don't look at anyone. I just, and I have that, that face. And I fit right in South Korea because people are always walking and they walk really fast. So I'm just like, I am home. I am home. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to be more slow in things that I do and be more present in everything because I prayed so hard for this moment. There are challenges, there are bad days, but I don't want to be so focused on that as if I am not living in an answered prayer. And speaking of prayers and God, I also just want to be more confident in God and His plan for me. It's very easy to be like, I trust God when things are going well. When they're not, I know how it feels. You will just be like, oh, God has forgotten about me, and just trusting His plans that when something doesn't work out, it's for your own good. Because I'm just like, but I planned ABC. Just trusting His plan because it's literally not my life. It's literally not my plan. I plan, God decides. So I'm really working on that and being working on my relationship with God more as well. I feel like last year at some point I was in a better place with my relationship with God. And then like towards the end of last year, everything just got so busy. And as much as I was always in the mornings like praying, journaling, meditating, I just felt like I wasn't genuinely connecting. So I'm really like trying to work on that and stuff and just being patient with myself the way I am patient with the people that I love. We give them grace, we give them this, we pour so much into people that we forget to pour back into ourselves. And we wonder why we give people like low quality treatment at times when we feel so low, because we can't set the boundary. Okay, listen, I need to recharge myself right now. I need to pour back into myself right now. And the people that genuinely value you will be happy because you're gonna come back being a better version of yourself. But the people who they just don't care. They want to take from you. They will feel some type of way. Why are you not delivering anymore? Why are you not here when I need you? Like you always are. Why are you being like this? Why are you changing? So it really sucks when you realize that people are just there when they can benefit. And once you set boundaries and all of those things, suddenly you're a very bad person. But yeah, just being patient with myself. I want that for me. And just in my 20s and, being confident in my own body. Because this is the sexiest I'll ever be, honey. Like, so the other day my Shein clothes came and my jeans didn't fit me. And I bought these like tight dresses and they don't look how they look on the model bodies. Oh, huge just breakdown of my life. And my blender broke that day as well. Oh my gosh. I had just bought a blender and it broke. They actually delivered a new one today, so I'm happy. I'm gonna return the jeans. And I'm like, You see, you know what? It never was that serious. It was never that serious. Like, I just need to be confident in my own body because this is the body that God blessed me with. So, I just need to take care of it and be happy that I can walk, that I have hands that move, I have arms that move, I can talk to you, I can hear you, I can listen, I can see. We take so many things for granted, like being healthy for granted until we're sick, you know? And you're like, oh, all those times I could breathe through my nose, now I can't anymore. All those times I could do ABC and now I can't anymore. When you're sick, you realize you take things for granted. So I don't want it to get to the point where things are going badly for us to realize how blessed we are. I'm talking to myself as well, you know? So yeah, it's really, really important. It's my first time doing this on video, so I'm also trying to remember my points. And I'm like, okay, what else do I need to say? So yeah, those are the vibes, okay? I'm very excited for this new season of my life, this new season of the podcast. And I'm in a new country, I'm in a new season, I'm experiencing new things, everything is just new. And I really like that. And I genuinely hope that I can take the lessons I learned in season one and in the season before of my life into this season, because it'll be like it was a waste of time if I didn't learn anything in the season of waiting, in the season of being refined. Then there would have been no point. But I truly believe I'm here because God knew I was ready, and He wouldn't put me anywhere where He won't give me resources and ways to navigate through the problems. So I'm just really happy to be here, and I'm really happy that He thought of me. So I always say to people not to be self centered, but if you've seen my testimony, then things are going to work out for you as well. They really are. I am not a saint, I am not perfect, but God still didn't forget me. So yeah, I really hope that you'll take this journey with me as we navigate our 20s together. And yeah, to just becoming better versions of ourselves. So, this season is just a season of being happy, of being present with where we are, working on our insecurities, working on our toxic traits, giving ourselves grace, just focusing on yourself. Because once you become the better person, you treat people better. And the ones you see that they aren't treating you good, you let them go. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like you are what you attract. Once you start attracting those kinds of people that are good, it's because you're working on yourself. But if you're toxic, you're gonna attract, other toxic people. So, mm. I ate that. But yeah, so honestly, to 2025, even though it's June, it's the beginning of a season, guys. To 2025 and to loving ourselves. So thank you so much. Please subscribe now that I'm on YouTube. And if you're listening on the podcast platforms, please download. It's very important. Share and like, and just please support the black girl. I'm begging you, please. But yeah, I'm so excited. So honestly, to a new season, to us, and to loving ourselves. So stay growing, stay beautiful. See ya.